Hey everyone, Chef Ralph here, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Chef Ralph's Realm. Today I'm going to bring you something that I like to do around the holiday times for my catering clients and my families. It's a little bit of a twist on two classics that you may know. It is a holiday stuffing crossed with baked clams. So the reasoning behind this recipe, in my head at least, was oyster stuffing, something from Thanksgiving's past. I like to bring that, a nod to it at least, kind of into the future, into the present. Most of the time, oysters are either very expensive or just not a lot of people like them. So I kind of developed this dish along the way to please everybody, skirt around some things, and just generally get a nice flavor profile and something different, because it seems like every holiday it's always the same thing, and the family traditions, which I love, but a little something new. So here we go. We're going to start out with a cornbread base. So I've got, and this recipe is enough to make about a dozen portions, a dozen clams. So we're going to take cornbread stuffing mix. You can use cornbread stuffing mix or just old dried out cornbread, crumble it up, and throw that into the bowl. Next we're going to go in with some chestnuts. Now, chestnuts around the holiday times, you really can only find them around then. So these are parboiled, roasted, and chopped. This is about a quarter of a cup. The measurements and ratios are to my likings. That would be my oven preheating. The ratios, you can kind of cater to your own tastes. So we're going to throw in the chestnuts. Bacon. Can you use other things? Sure, but why not? But why use anything else other than bacon? So we're going to go in with the bacon. This is, again, measure with your heart. But I maybe was a little presumptuous with my heart when I put it in this bowl. That's all I'm going to use. Alright, so what I've got here, this is 2 good pinches of Bell's poultry seasoning. If you don't know what Bell's poultry seasoning is, I don't know if it's regional. I know it's a New York, it's an East Coast thing. So this is Bell's poultry seasoning. My grandmother used this. My grandmother used this for a bunch of stuff. They say it's been around for 150 years. This is a great little seasoning. It is rosemary, oregano, sage, ginger, marjoram, thyme, and pepper. There's no salt in this, so you can kind of see that I did put a couple good pinches of some coarse sea salt in there as well. I will use this for a bunch of different things. I did an episode last year. I may have done 2 episodes last year about this. So deep dive and dig into my content way back in the beginning. You'll find some good recipes using this. Anyway, so we're going to sprinkle that over the top there. And now this is the clams. Now I pre-cooked the clams. I took the clams, I put them in a pot, I boiled them, let the liquor reduce, chop the clams, and then that's what we've got here. So there's our chopped clams. We're going to add the chopped clams in. And I'm going to mix this by hand. Sorry, am I off camera? No. I'm going to mix this by hand just so I could get a feel for the texture of it. You don't want it crazy moist, but you don't want it crazy dry. So I have here, this is the reserved clam liquor, and this is what we're going to use to rehydrate the. Now remember, you can always add more, you can't take out. So I'm going to start with that much. And then we're going to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. Sometimes I use butter. It's completely up to you. I would either only use butter or olive oil. I personally wouldn't use anything else. All right, that's looking pretty good, actually. So you want to be able to just kind of, feel it out and give it a mash to see if it kind of holds. It's gonna come together more once it's in the oven. So with that being said, we'll throw this to the side. I've got a pot here with my pre-washed clamshells. I lost one or two of them. It happens. During the cooking process, sometimes if there's a little air bubble or something within the shell, it'll cause the shell to crack and break. Obviously, we're not going to use one with a broken shell, because who likes to eat broken shell? So you get yourself a baking pan or a Pyrex dish or glass bowl. And then, so we're going to just start to assemble these. Just, put a decent spoonful, or palmful, spoonful, however you want to do it, into the clam. This recipe's got nice notes of a lot of different flavors. You can add to it. Sometimes I'll put celery in it, just for a little extra crunch. It's totally up to you to put in whatever it is. This shell's got a crack in it, so I'm not going to use that. So this ratio, it looks like made 10. So I had one clam break, one full clam break. So we're just going to get rid of that. Position these a little bit better on this baking dish. And then into the oven we go. We'll be right back. Alright guys, I believe we're done. I did an internal temperature. We're 165 or better. So to me that means we are good temperature wise. I threw it on to broil for the last 2 minutes just to get a little color. Well, I'll show you. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. Perfect. If this isn't holiday and fall in a dish, I don't know what is. So just to recap, we got clams, chestnuts, cornbread, bacon, and a seasoning blend from Bell's, which is like the essence of the holidays. My mouth is watering already. I'm gonna grab a little fork, and let's try one. This is gonna be so hot. Okay. Bon appetit. Oh. So what's really nice about these is this could be an appetizer or a side dish. Like, this could be a little portion. Put one on your plate, or as an appetizer. You could even, if you wanted to, you could. These clams that I used are cherry stones. The bigger ones, these are good for stuffing. You can do them little neck, make them smaller. Appetizers, just kind of shoot them down. But these are phenomenal, guys. I hope you try them. Make them at home for yourself, because you'll be converted. Wonderful holiday stuffed clam. I hope you enjoy my content. If you do, give a like, subscribe, and follow. I'm Chef Ralph. This is Chef Ralph's Realm. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.